Hey everybody, Dr. Mike, welcome to week two. So you've made it through the first week of class, and just a short message here to say well done to all of you who did meet all of the discussion requirements. A couple of things about the discussion requirements, just a reminder, in order to get credit for the discussion requirement, you have to do all of what the requirement is or asks for. For example, in the laptop lessons requirement, it said discuss your reaction to laptop lessons and relate that to the reading in the text. So if you just discussed your reaction to laptop lessons and did not relate it to the information in the text, then there's no credit for the question. Or if it was posted late, or if it was less than 150 words, and so on. So, or if you did not respond to my question for you, and I usually start posting my questions for you sometimes as early as Wednesday afternoon, usually on Thursday morning, but no later than Friday night. So you have 2 full days to respond. So be sure you read these discussion question instructions carefully, because leaving off part of it, you lose credit for all of it. There is no partial credit for discussion questions. Also, one thing, I've sent a bunch of emails last week, and a reminder and an announcement, and that is to put your name, the name that you want people to use to address you, put that name at the end of your post. It makes it easier for me, it makes it easier for everybody. Sometimes the name that is on top of your post, the one that Blackboard puts there, is not necessarily the name you prefer. Also, it makes it easier and more personable and more social, and I'm trying to socialize the class, to end your post with your name. And I will continue to remind you about it for like a week or two, and then after that, then that's just not good. Okay, so I really am requiring that. It's very important to me and to the others in the class. So those are the administrative things. As far as week two, what are we going to be doing? It's a continuation of module one. And you'll see we start talking about values-based, or more about values-based managerial roles, mentoring, coaching others, as you saw linked to the laptop lessons poem. So let's see, what else can I say? This is the week that your first quiz is due. It's due at the end of this week, Sunday night, midnight Central Standard Time in the United States. And if the quiz is not completed, you will not have the opportunity to make it up. You don't have the opportunity in this class to be late with an assignment unless you prearrange that with me. If you're in the military and you have an assignment, or your TDY, or you're in the field, that's fine, but I will need a copy of orders to substantiate that. This is what UIW requires. Also, if you're sick and you say, well, I was sick, sick doesn't cut the mustard. It's not going to work. If you're in a hospital and you want to say, here's a substantiation that I was in the hospital, I'd say, okay. All of this stuff is in the course guide about missing assignments or coming in late and all those kinds of things. The university is pretty disciplined about that. They expect you to be in class. The other thing is, you have the quiz. In talking about the quiz, you've had access to the quiz since day one. So you've had access to the quiz for 14 full days. It's an open book quiz. I encourage you, do not, I know some of you will do this anyway. I've seen it too long. Don't wait until Sunday night at 10 o'clock. These quizzes they're pretty challenging. The first one's not as bad and challenging as the quizzes 2, 3, and 4. But I've been using this material in this book and this format for a few years now, and I can assure you that most everyone in this class will comment, if asked at the end of the class, did those quizzes get harder? Yeah. Could you have raised your grade if you had spent more time with the quizzes? The quizzes are written by the authors. They're pretty tough. As far as I'm concerned, there are some pretty tough questions there that challenge your understanding of the material, not so much your ability to go find verbatim matches to the answers in a book somewhere. So take your time, get started on those quizzes early, folks. If you're thinking this is an easy class to get an A, of all the courses I've taught for UIW for almost 18 years, this one is the most diverse set of grades that comes with it. In other words, there's a lot of A's. There will be, I can guarantee you, there will be some A's. There will be some A minuses. There will be some B's, some B pluses. There will be some B minuses. There will be some C's, and there will be some F's. I can just about guarantee it if you don't keep up with the quizzes and the participation in class. So I really want to do all I can to warn you about this class and what it requires to make it. Getting back to the material itself, I think it's very good stuff about values, conflicts, and paradoxes, and how can I expect to control things at the same time I let everybody else have control, and how can I be a team member and an individual at the same time, and all these things about paradoxes of management. All that's coming your way. So once again, welcome to week 2. If you have questions, you can certainly email them to me. The best way to email to me is to go into you can use the course guide, has my email address. It's just Vanderma, V-A-N-D-E-R-M-A, just like anybody else. It's just the first 8 letters of my last name, V-A-N-D-E-R-M-A @uiwtx.edu. So that's the easy way to contact me, and other contact information is in the course guide. So take care, everybody. I will see you all in the threads.